Hello. Hello and good afternoon. Now I'm just doing this video here. I want to get back into a little bit of imparting the knowledge, if you like, that I have amassed over the last 8 years. Now there'll be an awful lot of people out here that will tell you Ian doesn't know what he's talking about or anything like that, and I'll be the first one to say, do you know what? Sometimes I wonder myself. But on a serious note, and I'm doing this mainly because I got into it on Facebook with somebody again, and it's over this thing about a coin is only worth face value. And this person that I got into it with, I'm not going to go into mentioning names and all that kind of stuff because it's immaterial. But the person that I got into it with was absolutely adamant. These coins, somebody had put a post up saying, these are the coins I've found, are they worth anything? And they got the replies going, no, they're only worth face value, they're not worth anything, only worth face value. And I'm looking at those coins and I'm thinking, well, that's not really true, what these people are saying. That's not right. What we've got is a new collector, somebody that's just getting into it, and they've got a picture up of, I don't know, half a dozen or so coins, right? And one of these coins I remember is I think it was a library. One of them was a Taylor of Gloucester, and another one was a TT Races, and another one was, what was the other one? TT Races, Taylor of Gloucester, and something else. And I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, well, no, actually, you know, Taylor of Gloucester, TT Races, and this other coin. Oh, the anniversary coin of the Beatrix Potter. And I said, well, actually, no, you know, those three coins I would be selling between £3 and £5. TT Races, Taylor of Gloucester, and the other one I just mentioned, which I've instantly forgot. See, Ian don't know what he's talking about sometimes. TT Races, oh, anniversary. Now, the anniversary coin, even though they've made what they made of it, it's still a coin that's sellable between £3 and £5. So I said so. And that annoyed one or two people, one person quite a bit. And so what ensued then was this huge debate, this going backwards and forwards, them putting a post, me answering it, them answering me answering them answering me answering them. And invariably, as with any post and any conversation by any post, it invariably descends and it starts to become a little bit uncomfortable. And to me, this person was like, they're complaining to the group owner, going, why are you allowing people in this group to give false information? And secondly, they're making posts saying, well, I'm going to go into the other groups. You know, these other groups that I belong to, they say that these coins are only worth face value. So I'm going to go back to them and I'm going to tell them what you've said. As if like, that's going to make a difference. I'm going to run and tell tales to the other people that run these other groups that all say that a coin is only worth face value. You know, obviously it doesn't bother me. So I'll go and tell you like, I don't care. But that's not the point of doing this video. So what I want to do is I want to dispel, I want to knock it right out into the park. Let's have this, I'm going to put it across to you in a way that you can understand. And I'm doing this for anybody who has an interest in collecting coins, who is new to collecting coins, even if you're old to collecting coins, right? If you belong to the mindset that certain coins are only worth face value, well, you're welcome to that mindset. See you later. I'm talking to the people that have a more open mind. And that's the thing about this conversation that I got into with this person, is I have an open mind to listen to their point of view, but these people don't want to listen to your point of view. And if you continue your point of view, what I also find is that these people tend to bully and they tend to get unpleasant in their conversations, right? And they want to complain about you to people and stuff like that. Why? Because you've got a different opinion to them. You know, we all have different opinions I have a different opinion from my neighbour on things. It doesn't mean to say I want to complain about him. But it does seem like this is one of those really touchy subjects where the minute you start going down the road and debating / arguing with the people that say coins are only worth face value, you suddenly start feeling like you're in a minority, and you suddenly start feeling like you're being had a go at. Because you are being had a go at, because some of these people are very unpleasant with their comments, and then it descends into name calling, and and of course once any post has gone down that route, it's finished. The conversation is finished, the post is finished, because it shouldn't be about the name calling, it should be about the debating. Right, you tell me why you think that coin is only worth face value, and I will tell you why I think it's not. Now, someone else said, someone I've had a long running debate and disputes with, said, yes, but even though you sell it on eBay at X price, by the time you take the fees off and the postage off, you're left with a face value. Now, think about that. Just have a little think about that. You've either sold it for face value or you haven't. Never mind about the postage and the fees and all that. You've either sold it for face value, it's either worth face value or it ain't. Because the person that's buying it, the fees are nothing to do with them, postage is nothing to do with them. So that person who's happy to pay £3 for the coin, what these other people want to say is, yeah, but that was still only face value, or some of the arguing style. Certainly one of the ones I had today, yeah, but that's still only face value, because by the time you take off the fees and the postage and everything else, you've sold it for face value. Well, no, you haven't, because that person hasn't paid face value. They've paid £2 or £3 for it. See? Now, easiest way to check for all new coin collectors, right? If you're just coming into the market, if you've only ever got out one coin and gone, oh, what's that? And kept it because you want to wait and see if it's worth anything. I think the biggest disservice you can do a new coin collector, and therefore the coin community as a whole, is to say to these people, nah, it's not worth nothing. When these people have sorted out coins and taken the time to come on into a coin group and ask a question and say, can someone help me? Can someone tell me? And then you go in and you go, yeah, it's not worth anything. But they've taken the time to collect it, search it, sort it in their hand. They've paid an interest in it. They come along and go, can somebody help me? And you go, yeah, it's not worth anything. It's only worth face value. All you're doing is going, you're slapping them in the face. These people, these new coin people. You're basically saying to them, what they've got is rubbish. It's no good. Nobody wants it. That's not true. It doesn't matter about the coin. It can be Benjamin Bunny or Taylor of Gloucester. I mean, not Taylor of Gloucester, Benjamin Bunny or the Tale of Peter Rabbit. Now, they are two coins from 2017, is it? Two coins that are made in overabundance. They are absolutely stupendous amounts of coins. I mean, we're talking somewhere in the region of 10 or 15 million coins, right? Made with that one single design on it. Therefore, everybody, including me, will say, yeah, it's not really worth a light, those two coins. They're not really worth much. I won't say it's not worth anything. I'll say it's not worth much. However, those two coins still come into the bracket of any coin is worth £2 to £3. That's my mantra and has been for many years. Any coin, no matter what it is worth a couple of quid. So any denomination, any country, the coin is worth a couple of quid. And anybody arguing that probably, and I don't want to sound rude, but probably doesn't know what they're talking about, only from the point of fact that they've never done it, whereas I have. So I can talk the way that I do. I can say the things that I say because I've done it. I've therefore proven it. So Benjamin Bunny, Tale of Peter Rabbit, they're both a coin that I've sold for £2 or £3. If it's brand new in a bag, it's £2.95. That's my price. If it come out of a brand new sealed bag, it's going up for £2.95. If it's circulated, it will go up for £1.95. And I will still sell them. Do I sell 50 a day? No, of course not. Because the reason I don't sell 50 a day is because all you coin collectors out there, the one coin that you've probably found yourself is a Benjamin Bunny or a Tale of Peter Rabbit. So you don't therefore want to buy it. However, that doesn't mean to someone who hasn't got that coin that that coin is still not worth £2.95. One of the things that these people that tell you a coin is only worth face value forget is that there are 70 million people in this country. There are 70 million people that have the opportunity to go out and go to a bank and get a fiver's worth of change and sort through it and find a Benjamin Bunny. Right, we can all do that, no problem whatsoever. There are 15 or 20 million-ish in Australia and New Zealand, same in it. New Zealand's about 8 million people, 10 million people. So there's 35 million in two countries there. There are 300 million. I'll say that again for effect. There are 300 million people that live in the United States of America alone. So now you're getting on for 350 million, just a couple of countries. That's without Canada. That's without a lot of other countries. These people cannot go to a bank and get a fiver's worth of change and easily find a Benjamin Bunny. And yet we have coin collectors all over the world that collect English coin. A lot of you will collect American coins. So you'll pay a couple of quid to get an American coin a date that you haven't got. Even if it's a 1 cent coin, you'll pay 2 or 3 quid for that because you've been trying to get it and you can't get it. Well, the only other way you're going to get that date maybe is to jump on a plane and go to America for another holiday, because that's where you started collecting the coin in the first place, because you went on holiday and got a load of change. So now you've got to spend 600 quid, 1,200 quid on going over to America in order to get a load of change, in order to try and find the coin that you want to find, that you can find now for just 1 cent. Because that's all it's cost you is 1 cent, forgetting about the fact that you just spent £1,000 or 1,500 quid on a plane ticket and an holiday and a hotel and food and this and that. So there are 7-ish billion, that's not million, that's billion people in the world. Out of those 7 billion people, millions of them collect coins. So to say that a Benjamin Bunny is only worth face value is totally incorrect, absolutely incorrect. A correct statement would be, that's only worth face value to me. That's what these people should be saying. It's only worth face value to me. I do not want to, you've put up a picture of a coin, there's a picture of a library. I don't need a library because I've got one in my collection. That's only worth face value. It's not worth anything. And therefore slapping these people into place that are new and just coming on to the, instead of helping the new collectors. Because by doing such a disservice to these new collectors, you're doing a disservice to the coin community as a whole. Because some of these people that you're running around going, yeah, it's not worth anything, it's only worth face value. Some of these people are dipping their toe into the pool of coin collecting, and now they're going to dip their toe straight out again. They're not going to bother. They're going to come out of coin collect. Why would I even bother? You know, anything I've collected, these people just tell me it's worth face value. It's not worth me bothering. Why am I even bothering? I might as well do Lego. I might as well do collect toy cars. I might as well do something else. Because, you know, these people are telling me that everything I'm collecting ain't worth no money. And that's so wrong. It's worth money. Every single 50p coin, no matter what the year, and I include 1997, of which they made more in 1997 than they've made in any other year. So 1997 would be a coin that an awful lot of people would go, yeah, it's not worth anything, it's only worth face value. No, it's worth more than face value to somebody in the United States. 300 million people over there. It's worth more than face value to somebody in Australia, New Zealand, India, Germany, Luxembourg, Russia. Do I need to carry on? How many countries are there in the world? Over 100. Over 100 countries there are in the world. And there are people that collect coins from the UK and other countries in every single country in the world. But if you was to listen to these people that say, oh, it's only worth face value, it's almost like there's a whole market that doesn't exist for them. That market exists. And as a new coin collector, all it is a case of being asked, as in A-R-S-E-D, asked, bothered. Are you bothered? Are you asked? Can you be bothered? Because if you can be bothered, then you can take a good condition, circulated 1997, 50p, and you can list it on somewhere like eBay for $2.95 or $1.95, because it's a circulated coin. So I would put it up for like $1.95. You can put it up for $1.95 if you can be asked, if you can be bothered. Someone over there in another country will buy that coin. Also, someone in this country might buy it. Now, I can say that because I have sold 1997 50p coins to people in this country. Now, one of these people that go, coins only worth face value, they would then argue that. They would no doubt argue that and say things like, what's the matter with these people? Why did they do it? Why did they bother when they can go and get it? You know, yours is not to reason why. Our job is not to ask or worry about why somebody does something. The question is the coin worth anything? Shouldn't go on to why people do what they do. Is that coin worth anything? And the answer should be, it's only worth face value to me. But to somebody else, that coin might be worth 2 or 3 quid. And people are not getting the correct information. There's too much of this closed group business where people are being ousted from groups because they believe that they believe that there's a value attached to some of these coins and other people don't. And I'll tell you something else about a lot of the people that, and I say a lot of, not all, a lot of the people that say a coin is only worth face value, it's because they're so tight they don't want to spend any money. And they want to try and get it off you for cheap as chips, as they say. So the best way to get it off you really, really cheap is to tell you it ain't worth nothing. You remember like the old comedies where somebody would go into an antique shop and you've got the bloke in the antique shop going, yeah, see, they were, back in the day, back in the 60s, they was worth a few quid, but, you know, times are what they are and blah, blah, blah. It's not worth anything now. No, it's not worth anything. I'll give you, but I'll take it off your hands for you. I'll do you a favour. I will do you a favour. I'll take that off your hands. I'll give you a £5 for it. All right. As soon as you walk out the door, he's on the phone to his mate. Hey, Tom. Yeah, I got one of those. Just come in. Yeah, 75 quid. All right, mate. All right, see you tomorrow. I think there's a lot of that goes on in the coin community. And I think they do themselves and other people a huge disservice by being like this. I'm looking at someone else posted about they had a football in this picture of coins that they was asking about. And And one of the comments, one of the replies from somebody was saying, that's worth a tenner. And I'm glad it wasn't just me. Someone else picked up on that and went, that's not right what you're telling people. You're telling people that's only worth a tenner. That's not right at all. It's worth more than a tenner. I totally agree. A football coin's worth 20 quid all day long. All day long, that's worth 20 quid. And give that another year, that'll be 25. The best way to value any coin, doesn't matter whether it's an old half penny, little tiddly tiny half pennies. Doesn't matter whether it's a penny, doesn't matter whether it's a 50p, doesn't matter whether it's one of these, whatever they might be, doesn't matter. The best way to value any coin, a lot of these people will say to you, look at the auction prices, the sold auction price. Absolute rubbish. Rubbish, 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 rubbish all day long. An auction price is not the value of an item. A new iPhone worth approximately £1,000, 900 quid, thereabouts. Fixed price, that's the price. You want to buy it, that's the price. Put one in auction, the auction price will not be the same as the price it is in the shop. The auction price is going to be cheaper. The auction price might be 600 quid, might be 700 quid, might be 800 quid, but it won't be the full price. The auction price does not tell you what the item is worth. The auction price only tells you what an item sold for. And invariably, you put one up for the next 10 days in an auction, it will sell for one price. You then put another one up in an auction, it won't sell for exactly the same price. Put another one up in auction, it won't sell for exactly the same price. Why? Because they all reach the maximum price that they can get on the day with the people that are looking at it that day. What you can't do is you can't look at an auction price today on Monday and then tell somebody on Friday that is exactly what that item is worth. No, no, no. That's what that item was worth on Monday when there were X amount of people looking at it. You put it in an auction finishing on a Saturday or a Sunday, there's going to be more people looking at it. If an auction finishes at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's going to have less people looking at it when the auction finishes than it will if it finishes at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So some of these people, they will point you towards auctions that are finished at weird times. Therefore, the price that the seller got was lower. And then they will say to you, see, that's all it's worth. But I'll take it off your hands and I'll give you this. Right? And they're having you over. Now, you argue with that and you try and educate people like I've done in various groups on Facebook to say, whoa, hang on a minute, you're getting the wrong information here. This is not fair. This is not right. That's not the way. That's not the way to do it. That's not the way to value stuff. There is other ways to value stuff too. Then I get on the wrong side of these people and then get thrown out of groups. And because I've argued and argued and argued, I've then had people call me a crook. Every single coin is worth more than face value. Every single 50p coin is worth a minimum 2 quid, 1.95, every single one. No matter what the date, no matter what the commemoration, no matter if it's a Britannia or a Shield or it's got a picture on the back, doesn't matter. It's worth a minimum of £2. That is 4 times your money because the face value is 50p. It doesn't mean that you're going to sell it every time for that money. I'm saying that's what its value is. Its value is a couple of quid. However, and what I've done for years is I'll have boxes and they will have, you can see it clearer on that one, and they will have dates on. I can't see that. They are. You can see that they've got dates on. So I'll have 50p, 2012 Shield, right? 50p. 2017 Shield, 50p. 2017 Ben Bunny. Shows that when I come across them, I just put them in my box. I don't listen to the people that say they ain't worth anything. It's worth something to me because I list them on eBay. And every now and again, what will happen is these coins that people say are not worth anything. The Benjamin Bunny, 50p, not worth nothing, they say. Tyler Peter Rabbit, not worth anything, they say. Library, not worth anything, they say. So another one. Dictionary, not worth anything, they say. And another one, not worth anything, they say. And yet every now and again, it's strange. I'll have somebody come along and they'll go, I'll buy that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one for £2 each. 2, 4, 6, 8, £10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've given me £10 for £2.50 worth of face value. Face value is £2.50. I just got £10 for that. It's all going into one envelope. So this business of it's only worth face value, it does not stand. And you can prove that to yourself anytime you want, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by going onto eBay, looking for an item, Benjamin Bunny, 50p, search, go over to the left, only show me sold items, only show me buy it now. Don't look at auction, buy it now, to find out what the value is. The value, and you're looking for a buy it now of someone that hasn't just put one up to sell it, but someone that's got 10 or 20 or 30 available, or someone that's sold 10 or 20 or 30 of them. That's what you're looking for. Because those are the people that are going to give you the right price on its value. Because if its value wasn't that price, then those people would not be selling it for that price. And that makes a mockery out of the people that come along and say to you, it's only worth face value. It's not worth any more than that. Excuse me. I sell pennies. I sell every single penny. Half pences, the little tiny half pences, the penny. I sell them for 99p each. That's my minimum price. Sometimes someone will come along and they'll buy 200. And I will send that person £2 face value. £2. 200 1-penny coins is £2. They've given me £200. Get your head around that. So I advise anybody, get yourself a load of boxes, put a listing up on eBay, multi-variation listing, one listing, but where you've got all the choices in that listing, right? All the different dates. Get yourself a load of boxes, and every time you get any pennies, write those boxes out, 1971, 1972, 1973, 1974, we'll come back to the 72, 1975, 1976, different date on each box, little tiddly boxes like this. Put them on a shelf in the garage. And every time you come across change, you've got pennies and 2p's, right? Oh, I've got a 2008 penny here with a shield. Look for the box that says 2008 shield, 1 penny. Put it in there. Add it to the quantity on eBay. And I absolutely guarantee you, no matter who you are, no matter where you live in the country, I guarantee you that you will get sales from that listing, from that one listing. Yes, you're going to get sales where somebody comes along and buys a penny and you send them a penny for 99p. And although you're getting 100 times its face value, you're not going to make much out of it when you consider the fees and the postage and all the rest of it. But here's the kicker. When somebody comes along and they go, I'll have that penny, that penny, that penny, that penny, and I'll have that penny as well, 99p each, thank you very much. Here's my £4.95. You will send them 5 pence. 5 pence. And you will have been paid £4.95 for it. And that kicks into touch what these other people say. Every coin has a value. 2 pences. list them for 99p each. 5 pences, list them for 99p each. There are coins that change that. For example, for the penny, 1972, that's worth 15. If you've got one in bad condition, it would be worth about 7 or 8 quid. If you've got one in really good condition, 20 quid. You know, in the middle. There are some that are harder to get than others. So a 1982 penny, I sell that for 3 quid. And I promise you, I can't get enough of those. And I have never got enough of those in 8 years. 3 quid each, all day long. There are other coins that go for £2 each, because penny coins, because they're harder to get. So I don't have many. Like 1985 is one of them. I sell that for £2. Hard to believe, I know. £2 for a penny? Are you mental? Mental. But am I telling you the truth? Don't matter how mental it is, am I telling you the truth? Yes. I can prove to you any coin, any denomination is worth more than what the face value is. Any coin, which means anybody that tells you a coin is only worth face value is wrong. That is so wrong. It is unreal. I can prove it. What I ask you to do is, when you have these people telling you that your coins are not worth any money, no, it's only worth face value, mate. Oh, is it? Oh, okay then. Would you mind ever so much giving me the link to where you've sold these for face value, so I can see that you're not just winding me up, that you're not just telling me untruths? Would you mind just posting the link, please? Thank you. Dave or John or whatever your name is, or Lee. Can you just post the link? Because I'm asking, is there any value in this coin that I've collected? And you're telling me that there's no value. It's only face value. Well, in order to know that, in order to be an authority on the fact that these coins are only worth face value, can you please give me a link to where you have sold the coin for face value? And you'd be surprised how many people will tell you a coin is only worth face value, but they don't sell it for face value. Oh, no, I don't sell them for face value. I'm just telling you that's only worth face value. How does that work? It doesn't work. Do you understand what I'm saying? It just doesn't work. Evidence, proof. When people start giving you information, ask them for a bit of backup. Don't be frightened of it. I know these groups that you use on Facebook. I know that they're very, what would be the right word? I know that they're very territorial. I know that they're very cliquey. And the minute you don't suit their little clique, they want to sling you out of the group as a troublemaker because you've asked the wrong question. You've asked a question that they don't like. My advice is ask the question. Pardon me. Keep asking the questions. Otherwise, you go down a dictatorial route where you have people that are telling you it's one way and you've just got to accept it. You've got to accept it without any evidence, any proof, just got to accept it because he says so or she says so. And I'm one of those people that won't. I tend to sit back and go, yeah, hang on a minute. Yeah, why are you saying that? That's what I'm not getting. Why are you saying that? Are you saying that because you actually know what you're talking about? Are you saying that because you've got the experience of selling them for face value? Or are you saying that because you want to get hold of what I've got, but you don't want to pay any more money for it? So you're going to hoodwink me and tell me that it's only worth face value when really it isn't. Do you know what somebody said to me this morning? They said, well, if you think any coin's worth more than face value, why aren't you buying all of the coins at face value on here? Well, think about what you're saying. There's millions and millions and millions and millions of coins out there. I would if I could. There are certain coins that I will keep buying. Like, for example, oh, here's one, right? This one I love. This one's been going on for a couple of years. HMS Belfast, some call it HMS Belfast, whatever, the Navy coin from 2015 and the Britannia coin from 2015. Both of those coins, 600, 650,000 mintage. The same, roughly the same mintage as an England coin for 2002. Now, an England coin for 2002 is worth about 20, 25 quid. And I valued immediately, at the time, I said, this coin is going to be 20, 25 quid. It's the same mintage as in England. So give it a couple of years and this is where its value is going to be. I've sold so many of those coins at 25 quid, I can't tell you. I still get into rows with people that will say it's only worth £4.50. One way I dispel that as rubbish is I say to these people, I will pay you £5. £5 for each one you give me. I'll buy them. If you reckon they're only worth that money, let's have them then. I'll buy them off you and I'll give you more than what you're saying they're worth. You're telling people that they're only worth £4.50. I'll buy them for a fiver. I had over £100,000 worth of those nicked off me. Doesn't matter. I'll buy them for a fiver. Suddenly, these people that are telling you, oh, it's only worth £4 or £5 quid, £4.50, I mean, these people, they haven't got any for sale at that price. Why haven't you got any for sale at that price? You're telling me that's all they're worth. Why have you got any for sale? Well, I sold them. Yeah, and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm not surprised. Of course you've sold them all because you've sold them for £4, £4.50. That's like me getting a load of these, knocking them out for 300 quid, and then trying to tell people that a brand new iPhone is only worth 300 quid. Look, they're only worth 300 quid because that's what I sold them for. That's all they're worth. It's rubbish. And I'm saying, don't allow yourself to get hoodwinked. See this? This is rubbish. It is absolute garbage. This is loads and loads and loads of countries. I can't tell you. I was just looking for a. I can't tell you what there is here because it's from all sorts of countries, right? There are coins here from the 60s. There are coins here from 2000s. There are coins here that are 50 years old, 100 years old, maybe, whatever. But all of these coins in this bag are rubbish. And the reason I can tell you they're rubbish is because I paid a penny each for them. In fact, I paid less than a penny each for them. There's nothing special in here. Like there's nothing special in a Benjamin Bunny or a 1971 penny. Nothing special. However, depending on how you package it, suddenly a value materializes. So if you've got a 1971 penny and you put it up on eBay for £1, you know, don't be surprised if it doesn't sell. If on the other hand, you do a multi-variation listing with all the dates in it, 1971, all the way down to now, with the quantities of what you've got available, you will sell a 1971 penny for £1, for 99p. You will sell one. I'm not saying you'll sell it in your first week, but I'm saying you will sell one. Even though they made more 1971 pennies than they did any other year. Somebody will come along and they will still buy it for £1. These coins here, when you introduce, just looking for one actually, where's my sheets? I had one here. I had one ready as well, ready to go. When you introduce this rubbish to some sheets, sheets cost what, 50p a pound each? and you put the coin in the sheet, and you sort this rubbish out, and you find different dates of the same coin, so that you've got 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. Doesn't matter about the coin. What's this coin? This coin is a denarii. 1987 Greek denarii, Yugoslavia actually. Yugoslavia denarii, 1987. Worth bugger all on the one hand. On the other hand, if you sort out all the Yugoslavian 100 denaries, like this one, out of this bag, and you got 1987, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, and so on and so on, and you do a multivariation listing, and you put these in it. I've got 3 of these, 3 1987, 4 1992s, 10 1986, and so on and so on and so on in your listing. And you price them all at £2.95, say with free postage, or price them all at 99p with £2 postage, or price them all at £2 with £1 postage, whatever. People will come along and they will buy them off you at that price, even though it's only cost you a penny. People will still come along and buy them off you. Now, the real value in this coin is in the time it's taken to sort out that bag of rubbish and to date them all, and to take the time to make the listing on eBay, and then take the time to store them 1981, 82, 83, into little boxes, so that when you've sold one, you can go straight to it. Because when you sell something for £2, if it takes you 15 minutes to go and find that item, then you've lost money. Remember that. You've got to find it like that if it's only a couple of quid. So that's the best way to do it. Well, if you've taken the time to do all of that, then that becomes worth, its value becomes worth 2 or 3 quid each. And people will come along and they will pay 2 or 3 quid each. Of course, you'll have other people that say to you, oh, you're a crook. It's got no value. You know, that's a rubbish coin. You shouldn't be allowed to sell it for £3. And believe me, there are those people about too. So this becomes worth money. What else have we got? What's that? It's a little tiddler. Look at the size of that one. Tiny, isn't it? Size of a sixpence. Looks Russian. I can't even read it. Date 2000, and it's a 2. Whatever denomination this is, it's a 2. Person on a horse. But the fact remains, if someone else out there has got a collection of these, and they're missing the year 2000 in what their collection is, they'll pay you a couple of quid for that. A couple of quid each for all of these suddenly makes these worth money. What's that one? 5 cents, year 2000, Botswana, I think. Again, it's worth nothing. On the other hand, take the time to organise it, put it in a box, put it in your garage, list it on eBay, etc., etc. Take all that time. Now that coin has got a value of 2 to 3 quid. Another way that these coins have got a value is if you take all these coins out and you sort them all out into their denominations and countries and all the rest of it. Then you get a sheet and you fill a sheet up with a date run. That now, you know, a sheet of 24 pennies that cost a penny each, a sheet of 24 or 30 coins that cost a penny each is like 30 pence. But that becomes worth 10 or 20 quid. Because you've now taken the time to put it in a date run. Every single one of them is different. People will pay for that. If you put 1999 coin in every single one of these pockets, but every coin was different. So a Russian 99 coin, a Botswana 1999 coin, an English 99 coin, an Irish 99 coin, and this country, that country, that country, that country, that country, that country, all 1999, you can sell that as a birth year and that'll be worth 30 quid. So when people tell you that things are only worth face value, you know, and I said to somebody this morning, what you're saying is nonsensical. I don't want to say words like that. It's nonsense. It's this, it's that, because then it's like you're finger pointing at them and you're going and you're name calling them. And I don't want to do that. And I try really hard not to do that. But it is absolutely crazy for somebody else to come along and tell you that your time is worth nothing, and that sorting stuff out, sorting things out into years and whatever, is not worth adding something to the price of that coin, and that they still only want to offer you or tell you that it's face value. 4 £10 notes here. This is another area I get called a crook. I haven't sold any for a while, but I'm going to do it. I will get round to doing some more. 4 £10 notes here. How much are they worth? There are people out there that will say to you they're worth £10. That's it, all day, £10. Any more than that, and you're a crook. You're a crook, you are, selling a £5 note for 15 quid. You're a crook, you are. Anybody can walk into a bank and get a £5 note for 15 quid. I love it when people talk to me like that. I love it, I do. Anybody can walk into a bank and get a £10 note for £10. What's the matter with you, you crook? Ripping people off. And I say to him, hang on a minute, just a cotton picking minute here. Have I walked up to somebody and with a gun and gone, oi, you're going to buy this £10 note and you're going to give me 20 quid for it, right? Don't do that. I just go, excuse me, I'm just putting up this little listing. And it's got some £10 notes in it. They're £25 each. Anybody want them? I'll have one. Righto, mate. Sell it to you for 25 quid. I'll have one. Righto, mate. Sell it to you for 25 quid. Again, I say this again. I love saying it. 70 million people living in this country can walk into a bank anytime they want. They can go to a cash machine anytime they want, and they can get £10 notes out anytime they want. There are 6.5 to 7 billion people around the world that cannot go into a bank anytime they want and get a £10 note. They cannot go to a cash machine and get a £10 note. This £10 note is a paper one, and it is creased to buggery. That is. Now, if I was to list that, to me, that is sellable for £20. £20 for a £10 note, double your money. Minus your fees, etc., you still make a profit. Might even be worth 25 quid. You know, you put this up for 25 quid. I would actually list it for probably 25 quid. Give me an offer. Someone might come along and just buy it and not put an offer in. Someone else might want to put an offer in. Okay, these are polymers. Are they worth any more than 20 tenner? Again, this community of people that believe things are only worth face value will say, yeah, they're not worth any more than a tenner. It's just a tenner. There's nothing special about the number. So it's only worth a tenner. Actually, no, it's not. See, this one here, this one's creased. So this one's probably worth about 15 quid. When I say worth about 15 quid because it's creased, I mean, it's creased, right? And after doing that to it, you're going to go, Ian, that's rubbish now. That's rubbish. No, it ain't. No, it ain't, and I can prove it ain't. I can prove it ain't. Like a magician that stands in front of you, rips it all up, and then goes, abracadabra, there it is, all whole again. I can prove it to you. That £10, I would list that as a cheap and cheerful. 13 to 15 quid you can sell that for, and somebody will buy that. When you get one in spotless condition, when you get one that is mint, when you get one that comes out of the machine like it's uncirculated, You can list that for 25 to 30 quid and somebody will buy it. And the only way that anybody can point the finger at me and go, Ian, you're talking out your bum. That's absolute rubbish. Nobody should listen to you, blah, blah, blah. The only way you can do that is if you take a brand new £10 note and you take the time and the trouble to list it on eBay for $29.95, and after 6 months, you haven't sold it. Then you have the right to come back to me and say, Ian, you're talking wrong. I did that. I listed it for 6 months and I never sold it. And I did international shipping. Right? That's when somebody has the right to come and say, what you're saying is wrong. But they don't. They want to go, no, you're wrong, without actually going down the proof and the evidential route. A £20 note can be worth as much as 60 quid. I know this because I've sold them for that. I've sold the £10 notes for 30 quid. I've sold the £5 notes for 15 quid. I was the first person selling random notes, random serial numbers on eBay, the first person to do it. And I used to sell brand new £5 notes when the polymers first come out. I used to sell those for 15 quid. I used to get no end of hate mail. I used to get a lot of people copying me too. You have a look now, random £5 note, random £10 note. You see that there's people doing it. I only copied what I was doing. And they make money out of it. And the trouble is, because people are copying, it's like, then they were copying my idea and then just lowering the price and lowering the price and lowering the price because people think that they've got to be cheaper than everybody else. So anyway, what's the time? Oh, fuck. Oops, I've got to end. I went on too long. Stream started.